Yeah, let's do it. Oh, a little switch up.
Okay, well,
Leave that pod talk again.
yeah, leave some good behind the scenes pod talk.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Welcome back to the Cove, everyone. This is an internet show. First episode of 2022.
You're excited.
We did a review already for Don't Look Up, and I am excited. Yes, I'm more excited for this
Than the review.
Than the review, but the review is fun. So go check out that if you've seen Don't Look Up. I think we did a better job on it. We talked about some of the don't do that ever again. Don't mess with my wine.
Sorry, man. It's
I
just
know.
it's just I'm hopped up on caffeine and just good vibes. I'm just here ready to record and have a good time.
I can smell it now. You
I
literally
know, I
released
really
the
can.
scent.
I know.
I'm brewing wine in here. This is the situation in my
We're
home
off
is
the
that there's not a
rails.
lot of space for a lot of things. So in the podcast studio, not 1 foot away from us, just out of frame, is a big vat of 23 liters of wine brewing. So
2022
we'll taste
vintage.
that on the
Yeah.
on the pod at some point. What was I saying about?
Welcome
something?
back to an internet show is what
we
he was
did a
saying.
review.
We did a review and we're back here hot on the mics for the first time in 2022 with Cheap in the studio as well and the
Yes.
whole gang.
She has a new thing going on. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a new thing going on over there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what you really wanted to do there.
I don't
Meow?
know either. Yeah.
that was how you're expecting, or just
That would have been weird. Yeah, I don't know what I said.
Exactly.
Sorry, that was not the best setup. But yeah, so we are back. We got a good episode planned today. A lot of internet stuff again. So sticking to our roots, which is good. We got lots of stuff planned for 2022. So a few housekeeping things for people that are keeping up with the show. We're gonna release on Mondays now. We've kind of wanted to do this for a while. We just didn't have the right time to do it. Obviously, after a break, is the right time to do it. So Mondays is the new release schedule. We also talked about we're updating some of our creative and like our design and all that stuff. That's all still being worked on, and it's going to be coming soon. So right now, if you're like, why is the podcast, everything looks still the same? There's like that door animation, all that
and
stuff.
new shit was promised,
it's-
and blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. And it's like, listen,
They were busy talking about
you
it.
can't rush art,
Yeah.
man. You, listen, it comes when it happens, and it's going to be sick when it happens.
That's all.
That's
all
it.
of that is true. Yeah. So we had a bit of an interesting New Year where the break also extended longer. We didn't get to talk about what was on the review because obviously the purpose of that was to review that, which I also was going to say. I think we made some improvements. That review is too
Yes.
long, but we did a lot better. We're
I agree.
getting better. We're figuring it out, you guys. We got structure, we got the topics, and we're being more conscientious about how we're saying things about the movies.
Exactly. More reviews on the way. I don't know what to tell you.
So we're getting back into it now. I had COVID. Veronica had COVID. We beat it.
I did not.
But you did. Yeah.
I did not.
Not recently, at least.
Because I wash my hands.
We've all had it now. Yeah, we all. What are you implying?
I'm implying that
Are you implying a lack of hygiene?
You
and
didn't
we're
wash
at
your.
fault for it.
I'm again blaming you for it. I'm not blaming Cheap because you guys live.
So how did you get COVID the first time then?
I don't know. I was supposed to wash my hands.
So certainly it's on our part it's bad hygiene, but when you had it much earlier on when there was less cases going around,
Well, I'm not sure if it was less cases. You know what I
it
mean?
had
Like,
nothing to do
had
with you
it-
licking hand railings like you do.
Listen, we don't talk about the hand railings here. What I am talking about is that you didn't wash your hands. You didn't have the
How
hand
do you know
sanitizer
I
in
didn't
your
wash
car.
my hand? I did wash my hand.
Why are you asking so many questions about why I know things about you? Let's get back to the show. Don't worry about why
Okay,
I know so
fine.
much about
Yeah, let's get back to
you
the show.
because people don't want to know
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, okay. Let's do a show. So yeah, anyways, the holidays were filled with disease. And that's pretty much it. And then it went on too long and we obviously couldn't record.
Yes.
So we're like 3 weeks since our last episode, since our
Something
last
like
recording,
that.
at least that long. It feels like it's been a long time. Much too long. As I said, after the last time we took a week break, I don't ever want to do it again. 3 weeks was worse.
I mean, yeah, I think that's to be expected.
We're
It was
back.
worse for us. It may have been better for you guys, and if that's
Yeah.
the case, you're in the wrong spot. I'm sorry. I'm being so negative today. I'm being so Debbie Downer on the energy. I should be more excited to be here. It's 2022. It's a new year,
Yeah.
new beginnings.
Speaking
Craig.
of which, what do you guys got for resolutions? Any New Year's resolutions in the bank? Do you guys do New Year's
I was gonna
resolutions?
say I don't know if I even do resolutions.
I made one, and
hey.
you know that I made one.
Yeah. Do you want to share it?
It was just to do more stuff.
Yeah. Very
Because I
broad.
feel like, 2020 and 2021
Mhm.
just kind of happened without
Yeah.
me participating in it. It just,
Well, you're sort of obligated to be not doing stuff
Yeah.
these
Mhm.
last couple of years.
Yeah.
But now it's like that. Now we've had COVID.
we're triple vaxxed. We've had COVID.
We're all vaxxed up. We're chilling. We should be doing whatever the hell we want. And I
Exactly.
agree. I think doing more stuff is a very broad but also achievable goal.
But we
especially
have
coming out these
already
last few
started
years.
doing it. We our
Yeah.
first day
It's
doing
true.
it, we went for a walk, even though it was minus 30. We went
Celsius.
skating
I was gonna say
yesterday.
Celsius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Celsius. We went skating yesterday.
Yeah.
We
Oh, that was a
went for
hilarious video you
dinner.
guys posted, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I LOL'd at that.
That was improv. So
that checks out because
So
it was
thank
pretty.
you.
It was pretty. Yep.
it was really dumb
It was
off
pretty.
the
Yep.
top. Yeah.
I just said
No one also knows what video we're talking about. It's
We can
nothing
link
actually.
it.
Yeah, please. Yeah, like yeah.
Maybe I'll
like,
edit
yeah.
it
I was
in
gonna say,
here.
yeah. Can we edit it in?
I
Okay,
should
sure.
save it.
Now do something cool for the video. That was really good.
It was pretty fun.
But yeah, so that's. I think. Do you have any New Year's resolution? I didn't make one either. I don't really do the New Year's resolution thing because it is kind of like I feel like it's sort of a trap. You know, it's like you can do these things. The timing on yours makes a lot of sense because we're coming out of 2 intense years of not really, like I said,
Nothingness.
being obligated to not do stuff, and now we're kind of out of it. But it's gonna get better and better, I think, from here.
Before I answer a question, formal warning:
Mm.
we're getting very near Rule 4 territory of Darkest Timeline talk here. So just
Interesting, yeah,
wanna,
that's
so just
fair
want to just
enough.
forewarn you there. Just tread lightly.
Should we remind everyone of the rules?
Oh fuck! Do you remember? them?
No, we don't have to remind them.
Rule
Yeah,
number 1.
They know.
Okay, well, we can do the important ones. Rule number 1:
Yeah.
have a hee time.
And then the only other important one, Taylor Swift fans.
Rule number 5:
Yeah,
we're hardcore Swifties.
We're Swifties.
That's
yeah,
it.
Those are the only 2 important
What's
ones.
the ones that actually matter? For me,
Yeah.
to answer your question, resolutions, I don't know. Like, I do hear what you're saying. I think that there's good intent behind resolutions. You know, the whole idea of like, oh, it's a new year. Let's try something else. Let's try to switch it up. Let's try and improve upon this last year.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think they're easy to kind of fall by the wayside. So I like to set goals because because mainstream shit just pisses me out. No, I'm just kidding. No. So I guess I'm super hipster. Goal number 1, make this better. Try and lift
'cause it
this
sucks.
show up.
Yeah. You're saying
Aspects
you gotta
of
make it better on your own accord, right? Like your
I didn't
side
say
of it, Or
that.
are you trying to make me better? is
I
what you're
didn't
trying to
say that. I'm just saying that, if we're talking about teamwork and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
certain people elevate teams and certain people are on teams, if you understand what I'm saying. They're just along for
They're
the
just
ride.
on. Yeah,
They're along for the
they're
ride.
little leeches that are attached to the group, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so who's that in our group then?
Oh, I'm the leech.
Oh, you're the leech.
Yeah, I'm the leech, and I'm
Oh,
trying
okay.
to. I'm trying to.
So this is
bust
some
out
sort of self-deprecating.
and become a
improvement thing.
butterfly.
Gotcha. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like leeches.
Like
do.
leeches do, exactly.
Yeah, they go into their little chrysalis.
And then they come out as a butterfly. But I don't know why this
That
is so
checks
weird.
out.
I don't know why you're making this. And so that's my first goal is to become a butterfly.
Okay, that's good. So,
of,
so
of the
you're-
podcast.
Yeah, so you got okay. So you guys heard it here first. Veronica's New Year's resolution is just to get out there and do more stuff. Anthony is trying to transform from being a leech into a butterfly, which
I don't understand. what-
biologically speaking checks out. all
Exactly.
that. So
And then also get in the gym more.
Yeah.
I feel like that's everybody's just
oh yeah,
go to.
and that's
like,
the most
in the new
annoying
year.
part. You try to go to the gym this time of year, and it's like now it's like
impossible.
and for people who are just joining, it's probably fine because they had no baseline to go off of. But it's really annoying. It's like, oh yeah, I want to start going to the gym more, but then going to the gym more means being around like 10 times as many people that you normally would be in the gym.
Yeah, but see, and that's why
It's tough, man. It's
my
bad
goal
time.
is set not for Jan 1, but for Feb 1. Because I feel like
Yeah, just
all the
wait a month.
resolutioners,
Yeah.
they like, the ones who are like, and not to like call anybody out, you know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to be
No,
toxic.
call them out. Call
No,
them
no,
out.
no, no, no,
If you
no,
fail
no.
your New Year's resolutions, why are you even making it?
I'm going to be the
Coward.
positive one here. Get active in whatever way is best for you. Go outside for a walk, as these two did. Probably not in minus 30, but whatever fits your fancy. But, if we're calling a spade, the people who are like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. Yeah, a month in, that gym's back to normal /
Yeah.
empty. So, I'm going to go Feb 1. That's
I don't
when
know
Mom's
if
got-
I have a good like.
Not
like
even
what-
a goal?
No, I have. The goals I would say are mostly for the show. Most of my New Year's goals are for the show. I'm really excited about everything
What are
we're
your
gonna
goals
do.
for the show?
Just like I feel like we left off on a good spot where we were trying some new stuff, and now it's gonna be kind of like honing that stuff in, like particularly the reviews, and then adding some other stuff. I'm excited about where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
and we're like, I don't know, it's just been fun to be doing this. I think we just keep honing our craft, and hopefully more and more people want to hang out with us. Hopefully we get more attention and popularity, because once again,
We're
what
super
else
vain.
is there?
We're
Yeah,
super vain. Rule number 8,
Yeah.
we're also vain. Did
That
somebody?
might be a problem.
Was that a chainsaw?
I don't know if that's gonna pick up on the mics. Did you hear that on your?
I mean, I don't know if I'm hearing it through the
Okay.
walls or through the.
I say
well,
we just.
let's just
I
go
say
with
we
it.
just leave it in and we let people
There's a
wonder.
lot. There's wine brewing. There's a construction site. Everything is.
How about this? How about? Fuck, you just ruined. I was gonna say comment below if you heard that sound.
Okay.
What you thought it was.
Well, I'll know when I edit it. If
Well, you will.
okay.
Anyways.
Guys, we're gonna start it off with. We're actually gonna kick it to Cheap's Corner right at the start.
Hey,
Cheap's
Corner,
Corner,
Cheap.
Cheap's Corner.
Everybody
welcome
loves
to
Cheap's
Cheap's Corner.
Corner.
She threw you the
Cheap's
curveball.
Corner.
You always want to say loves, but I swear it's welcome to.
It's been both.
I mean,
It's been both.
Certainly at one point it's been.
I
both.
always fuck it up and then
We're
get
welcoming
upset.
back to Cheap's Corner
Yeah.
today.
We should
2022.
get an official theme song and just have it as a little stinger that you just press and then it's just like it comes in hot.
could do
We'll record
that.
your vocals and we can mess around with that.
Soundboard.
Yeah, the soundboard. Listen, I think we have to leave it up
Cheap's
to
Corner.
for yeah for soundboard stuff. I think we're gonna permanently leave that up to our audience whether or not that's allowed because we all know how soundboards can go. It's
Comment below
very
if
fine
you want us to get a
line.
soundboard in for 2022.
Yeah, because I feel like and putting Cheeb on the soundboard would be the most responsible thing to do as well too. Because
I think that's
I
fair.
feel like she's the only one that could wield that amount of power responsibly. Yeah, just every 2 seconds. Yeah, okay. What do you got for Chiefs Corner today?
So, because we're kind of like welcoming 2022 in this episode,
Mm-hmm.
I took it upon myself to do a little bit of research in terms of trends and like things that are just being expected for 2022, like very random things. So I have like 3 in each category, and you guys need to guess which one is the predicted trend and why.
And are these experts making these predictions?
No.
Cultural experts?
It's
No.
just like bloggers.
It's just little. Oh,
Well,
that makes sense.
Essentially bloggers. One of them is from like the fashion one I did get from Vogue. So like that one I feel like is maybe
Okay.
like a little bit more, but
Yeah.
mostly they're probably not real.
Okay.
This is voguing, right? This is what voguing
Quick
is?
pause.
Yeah.
So these are predictions made by non-experts, but obviously people who are probably more expert at predictions for this stuff. Would you consider yourself a cultural expert?
Not me, but
No.
I know a guy who I might say is pretty hip with it, who's pretty down in that scene and kind of up on the trends. I think
You
might
got a
actually know him
guy
too.
for that?
I think you might know him too, actually. I know a few guys.
I hate to be this guy. I have no idea what you're.
I
putting
know what
down
he's
for
talking
me.
about.
Thank you, Veronica. You know what?
Oh, we're talking about our.
One day I'll meet him. Hey, you know what?
Are we talking about 3 in chins?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was.
Well, that sucked.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was.
know what you were talking about. What am I
So,
supposed to do with that?
It was pointless. I don't know. I was hoping maybe
You're
you'd pick
being
up on the
vague
vibe.
with me.
You know what? That's my goal for 2022. Be more direct.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I was bugging you though. I
I-
should have picked up on that. I get it. Okay, it's my fault. I'm deflecting. I'm deflecting.
Are you
What do we
done?
got? What do we got?
Are you done? Okay. So we're starting it off with the most predicted or expected drink trend.
Okay.
So for 2021, we had the espresso martini kind of
Oh.
resurface.
That's interesting. We actually
Oh.
did that. We went to a restaurant where they recommended getting
Yeah.
one and stuff.
So espresso martini was kind of
I've
the
seen
drink of
pictures of it. It looks
2021.
beautiful.
And before that was probably like Moscow Mule. Do you think?
In the
2020?
in the past few
Could've been.
years.
Moscow
I'm
Mule
not-
was popular
I'm
for a
not
bit.
sure.
Mojitos got popular for a bit. So I
Love
kinda,
a good mojito
Yeah, there
and a
you go.
Moscow Mule.
Okay,
And
so
mint.
what we have here, this is a mudslide.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you know what a mudslide is?
Non-alcoholic mudslide?
No, it has
Alcoholic.
vodka.
Then I
in
don't
it.
know what's in
So
a
it's like
mudslide.
milk and chocolate and vodka.
All right,
basically.
sick.
Pretty
Is
much.
that pretty much it?
Yeah.
It's like a chocolate shake.
Then we have old fashioned.
Okay.
I can
Those
see
are always
that. Yeah, I can
those
see
are
that
always
coming
kicking
back.
around. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
And then we have our classic mojito.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what I'm thinking
Okay.
so far. Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
so
what are you
far.
thinking? What are you vibing with?
I feel like out of these 3, I feel like the only one that would make sense to me is the mudslide. And the reason being is that I think mojitos and maybe mojitos are
Old-fashioned.
making a comeback. I feel like they've dipped off a little bit, you know? They've fallen off a little. Old fashioned is a staple. So anyone who's, even if I would just say that if they decide that that is the one that it is, like if that's what they say is going to be the one, I just kind of disagree because they're just already a staple. You know, people who like old fashions are enjoying old fashions all the time. I don't think there's like a huge audience that's gonna.
But is this for what's popular now, or for what people are going to be like?
In 2021,
Let me try an old fashioned this time, or let me try a mudslide.
I feel like old fashions have been kicking it for too long for people to be like, I'm gonna try this. But the mudslide thing is like, it's like you know, you don't get a lot of people getting those anymore.
Okay.
Those are like an old school drink that were popular. They used to put them in bottles and stuff, and I feel like
I'd never even heard of it.
I know.
Until right now.
Okay, well that's where my head's at. What do you think?
See, I thought it might be mudslide because I don't know. It just feels like a very cozy drink. And so here's my take. Right? It's like, I feel like these drinks are predictions for what we want to see coming out of 2022. And mudslide feels very comfortable and safe and cozy and at home, which I feel like is not the manifestation that these drinks are trying to put out there. So I feel like the party drink, the going out, the getting back in the world.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're right.
I think it might be the mojito.
It might be the mojito
for that reason, but also
cool and refreshing.
It might be the fucking old fashioned because I've been seeing a lot of old fashioned content on my TikTok, but I'm sticking them with the mojito.
Okay, lock it in.
I'm locking hard
mojito
on the mojito.
I got mudslide. He's got mojito.
The correct answer is
it's old fashioned for sure.
the mudslide.
Yeah. Damn it. Is there any reasoning for why?
There wasn't really a ton of reasoning. It was just kind of like because people were loving the espresso martini so much,
Yeah,
it's kind of like in the
capitalize on that.
same vein.
The
as
desserty
that.
type.
Yeah,
drink.
like that sweet richness. That makes
Now,
sense.
And I
Whether
do
or
love a
not-
mudslide. Absolutely delicious.
Whether or not any of that is actually accurate is a completely different story. But I'm right, and that's all that matters.
For now, because
That's
there's
really
multiple
all that
rounds,
matters.
right?
There's
That's
multiple
really the
rounds.
only-
Yeah.
Okay, so like I say, we
No,
start
we're
keeping score.
done.
No, we're
Game's
keeping
done.
score.
Game's done.
You want to
I
play?
think I take a win on that one. All right, what we got next?
So now we're gonna move on to the direction that artists are gonna be taking music.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
So
like
it's
this.
not really like what the consumer is consuming; it's what more artists are gonna be making.
right.
So question then,
Okay.
I would say that just the current realm that we've been in these past year or two, can we all agree it's been very synthy, 80s-y vibes?
Wait,
And
do you
then
want the
that's kinda
options
where-
first, or
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Yeah,
saying that
you want to go raw prediction. He wants to go raw prediction.
can, yeah,
He
totally.
wants
I
to-
wasn't going raw prediction. I was just saying. I was saying that
Synthy and
this
80s.
is like where we're coming from, and
So you think there's been
a
a turn for the retro?
in these past few years? But you know what? I'm stealing
yeah.
Cheap's corner. Cheap, please lead us.
no,
through
no.
this.
If you want to make raw prediction, I'm
Let's
totally
go.
fine.
Let's-
I'm not
Let's see
that
our
good
options.
at this.
Let's
Okay.
see our options.
So we have like a resurfacing of our classic rock type genre.
Okay.
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 We got K-pop,
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
be.
K-pop's kind of.
and we got indie / like alternative.
All solid options. I don't know.
I do feel like on some level, I feel it sucks this way, but I do feel like rock.
Say it.
What's the?
Say it.
I don't think that they're gonna bring back. I don't know though. Like bring back. Like make new music that is classic rock style and have it be as good or better than like classic rock
I
that's
could
out
see
there.
it. I could see it
That'd be
because
bold.
think about like how bare bones, like when you go back and listen to a like Journey song or like
Yeah,
AC/DC or whatever. And I'm not a huge classical rock guy, but you know, I feel like the lyrics are pretty simplistic. So I could see you bringing back those sounds in a new way, like in the same way that The Weeknd brought back like synth and like that 80s kind of vibe, but just like made it totally new in his own. Like I could definitely see some fucking like people getting back in the studio with like drums, fucking bass, and like the lead guitar and just jamming out.
So where are you going then? Where are you going with this?
With that
You go
all being
first, you go
said,
first. Yeah.
with that all being said, actually I am gonna lock it on rock. I could see it.
So the idea is that this is like what's gonna become because K-pop is mainstream already.
Yeah,
right?
and I
K-pop
think
has been
indie's been
popping
too.
for, and I feel like maybe I'm gonna.
But you
I'm
can't do the same
gonna-
thing as me.
Yeah,
It's what we're gonna see more creators making.
Yeah.
Oh,
more
maybe K-pop,
TikTokers who
though.
decide to do music instead of TikTok because
Could be.
they're talented at other stuff. Just the idea of a bunch of fucking American TikTokers doing K-pop all of a sudden.
Cutting their hair.
It's hilarious. I'm just gonna say indie. I'm gonna say indie. Shot in the dark.
Solid
there,
guess.
Indie.
Okay, so you're saying classic
I'm
rock
saying
and you're
classic
saying
rock.
indie. The correct answer is indie.
I love a win. I love a big win. That's all that matters in this is that we're competing somehow.
And my understanding of why it is indie is because kind of creators are wanting to take more like liberties in their works and kind of going more towards like streaming platforms and not really going through like these big labels and having more creative freedom with their.
So
like
is indie like folk? Like is that what we're talking about, or is indie like just independent production?
Well, it's kind of like alternative, like
Yeah.
indie alternative go together, and it's just they have like a little
Gotcha.
bit more creative freedom with it.
All right,
I could also
more
see-
indie music.
It's my
2022.
understanding at least.
Yeah.
I could also see it being more like grassroots too, as people like if everybody's going from like home, and sure, you know, you might have your home set up to record, but you might not have everything you have like
Right.
in a studio. So just making
do
with like
we
whatever
talked
you got
about
at home.
this. Everyone does music now. Like
Yeah.
everyone who is like it's like part of it's like the rite of passage of being big online in any way is like you also have to start making music, even if it's poo dog shit. They do it anyways, you know.
That language on this show,
Poo dog shit.
you're gonna get us.
That's too much.
You're gonna get us banned. You're gonna get us red label
You're
or whatever
gonna
it's
get us
called. You're gonna get us banned. You're gonna get us fucking blockchain.
against YouTube TOS. You can't say poo dog
You
shit.
can't say that.
That's too many poo things.
There's
put
children
together.
watching.
There's definitely not.
If you are, go to bed.
All right, what do we got? What do we got?
Okay, next up we have fashion.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be
Okay, I
good.
like
So
this.
we have our apocalyptic style fashion.
Jinx.
We have
Tempting.
faux fur,
Okay.
Okay.
and we have the micro mini skirt.
The micro mini skirt.
Yeah.
His and hers.
I already know what I want to say for this.
I think it's just hers. I don't know if they made them for men.
Craig, I think you could rock a mini skirt just before you answer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you got the legs for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, do I?
Yeah, I think so.
Pasty pale white with
Two little toothpicks.
scraggly hair everywhere.
yeah, isn't that what people like? They look like
two little pasty white string beans with spread out hair on it.
you
Disgusting.
know, you get like a 24 pack of pencil crayons, and there's one that says skin color. You have two just white. Yeah, just two white pencil crayons.
Somehow my legs, like I don't tan well.
Yeah.
This is a sidebar. I don't tan well, but my legs, like my thighs, are borderline translucent because they just don't ever see the sun. I hide in my little gamer dungeon every day, and I never go get sun, and I definitely don't get it on my thighs when I do. So,
Hey, but make sure you go and get active.
where are you leaning on this one? I got an idea.
I want to hear what you have to say first.
It's apocalyptic. Definitely is gonna be the look, the apocalyptic look.
What was the second and third options again? Because I would agree.
Faux
It's just too
fur?
fitting. you
I don't
know?
think it's faux fur.
It's too fitting. Yeah, I
And
feel
then
like
we have the micro mini.
the micro mini is also tempting to me, but I think it's apocalyptic
Here's
overall.
the thing: you already took apocalyptic, so I do agree with you. But I don't think it's faux fur because I feel like that'll lead to people like it kind of also promotes like you know what I mean. Like if you don't know that it's faux, it promotes kind of that like wearing
Yeah, it's
real fur kind of vibe. And
Yeah.
I feel like that culture is kind of subsiding.
Yeah, do they even? Is there actually like fur in production at all anymore?
I think there is, yeah. Still,
Canada
like
Goose?
Canada Goose,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess true. Because that's like so unpopular now.
Yeah.
for good reason too.
So I just feel like people aren't gonna want to be, but I could be wrong.
So where do you go? You
know
can go
what?
same
Fuck
as me.
it.
Go same as me.
I'm gonna go away from my gut, which is saying miniskirt, and lean into what I don't think, because so far I'm over to going with my gut. Faux fur, final answer.
You're going faux fur and
Okay.
you're going apocalyptic.
Yeah. What do we got?
Okay, so the correct answer is micro mini.
Micro
skirt.
mini. Makes sense.
And the
So-
reasoning that we have behind this is that we need a little bit of an escape for being sexy again. For so long, everything was about comfort, and although it was a great time, I'm here for a youth revival moment and femininity and liberating feeling of showing some skin.
Hey, that makes sense. That checks out. Actually, I can see that. It does. You know what? When you were saying about with the mojito, it's like
That's
the
what I
going
was
out
thinking.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are gonna be getting back out in the world now. They gotta be looking sexy if they do that.
They gotta be showing off
Right?
their translucent thighs, and that's what they gotta be doing.
Yeah, they're see-through thighs.
They're
all the blue veins.
see-through thighs,
Not
and-
protruding, but just visible through the window of
and
your
their
skin.
knee-high black.
Okay, we have
boots.
2 minutes left and one more. So do you
Guys,
think we
do it.
can
Let's
do
do
it?
Rip it.
Okay, so we got interior design on this
Nice.
one.
I like
So option number 1 is kind of like earth tone, earth textiles.
All right.
Option number 2 is a bohemian kind of style. These are all very similar, which is I'm trying to make it hard.
This is the life.
And
of
number
Bo
3 is
Bo.
a minimalist.
Okay. See, so these are all popular already.
I'd
which is gonna be
agree.
the hit one in. Can we go back to that first picture?
I think
the
earth tones are gonna take it in this one.
Yeah, I feel like earth tones is the only one that's really diverging. Minimalist has become super popular, and so has boho.
Bohemian. This is the life. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, actually, I do have one more, so maybe we should pause
Bohemia.
this. Oh, it didn't come in here, though.
That's okay, Cheebler.
All right, I'm going earth tones. Hopefully, it's not the one that is right. Oh, you did one more set.
I'm going earth tones.
I did have one more say.
We're going earth tones.
You guys are both going earth tones?
this
Yeah.
time.
The correct answer is earth tone.
Woo! Teamwork, baby. Make the dream work.
And that's the lesson of this first segment. It's not about winning. It's about working together as a team with your best buddy.
All right, is that all of the predictions? Is that all of them?
I do have one more, but it didn't end up in the document.
Well, we got to end the recording right now
Yeah.
anyways, too. So, okay, well, there's your predictions. So now you guys know if you want to do what everyone else is doing, now you know how. You heard it here first. Catch you on the next
segment. You didn't go back and forth with me. Fuck.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so this is what we're talking about today. I'd say like this is our main big topic. We kind of thought about doing a full episode as like self-defense themed or like, what do you call it? Martial arts
Tactical
kind of thing?
stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
tactical
know.
kind of stuff.
We'll come back to it.
I don't know if we have enough for that, but this was just too funny to let slide. It's been happening over like the last couple months. There's
And as with any trend, we wanted to hop on late, so you know.
I wanna like we'll go through the full story of this. So basically, there's this group online called
Lead us through, Captain.
Detroit Threat Management Center. Basically, what this group and led by this one guy, they do self-defense training for essentially like if you're getting in a hostage situation, getting mugged, most of the time held at gunpoint, and it's been going viral for. I'd say over the last 6 months, mostly once they got on TikTok. They've been around for a long time. There's even a Vice documentary on them 2 years ago. Maybe
Really?
we can pull it up, actually. Maybe we can just pull up their YouTube channel so we can see some of this stuff. But basically, ever since they got on TikTok, they've been going super viral because the videos that they promote and that they're making are sort of very identifiably...
Whack?
Yeah,
Not real?
not great advice.
Not
for
helpful?
A real threatful situation and potentially dangerous to follow in those situations.
I think potentially is an understatement.
Yeah, so they've been
Just
both
is dangerous.
combo of like getting kind of memed on and also called out by people who are like actually trained, either like, I don't know, some Navy SEALs were coming out being like, oh, don't do this because this is how you die. So here, let's take a look at some of these. These are just new postings. So the guy who runs this, Dale, he essentially he's got the same outfit on and every single thing. But he
And if you're holding here, you can also take the thumb. or
Chief,
just
Chief,
walk here.
Chief, move your mic, please. Thank you.
oh yeah, sorry, I can pull it up on here.
Either or.
There's another way to take it out. Another way to take it out is to pull here and push here, and the blade comes out.
Right. So what if I'm like distant, though, you know what I'm saying? So now if I see you about to grab my hand, like I ain't just gonna let you do it.
Oh yeah, they come to stab.
Yeah, so if
Yeah.
I come to the
So
stab.
they come to stab here. You just
Grabs a
what's
different
going
knife.
on?
He grabs a different knife. He's like, wait, so you're gonna stab me? Why you wouldn't use that big of a knife?
super watch. Just grab the super watch.
This is great for the only audio people. I guess we should have been narrating this whole time. What the fuck was that?
So there's the move.
He also got
So
hit.
Yeah, exactly. There's the move. Okay, so you can just kind of let a few more of these play because they're all like this. This is still what they're posting. They've been getting called out on this stuff.
Okay, so for the audio people though, let's
Yeah.
do a quick update. So all that we just saw, if you're listening on audio, was this Dale homie in full tactical gear getup. The guy was trying to stab him, and so he's like, "Oh, you would do this," and you just like grab his wrist and twist it out of his hand, and then he's like, "But what if I came to you like this?" And he just like one hand cleared away his arm, the other hand for some reason put his other hand away. And
Just rips the gun out of his head.
yeah. Oh, sorry, I missed this one.
It's all good. It's just like all of these are funny and the reason people are obviously finding this kind of hilarious is like you look at these situations and it's very obvious that this is not how a real world situation plays out.
What is he
at
doing
all.
right now? He's just fucking manhandling. Like,
Yeah.
you're fucking
Like that's
shot.
not
Like
exactly.
you're shot right now.
Exactly. And it's also like he
What?
like, he basically sorry, I gotta slow this down because this is I gotta unpack this a little better. Basically, what this guy's doing is he's setting up these situations that he's claiming are like self-defense training, but then has the person who's like armed with a weapon, knife, gun, whatever, and he's showing these situations of basically how you in a very short amount of time, take the gun out of the person's hand or redirect it and just subdue them.
Or dodge a bullet like
But
they're in fucking Wanted.
It's done in these ways that are like very technical and not really possible to actually do if it was a real world situation where someone had intent to kill you or mug you.
Do it like this.
Let's see this one.
Now,
So
I know it move from this.
demo guy has his
I know it
arm
move
out.
from this.
He's trying to get away or something.
Come here, we go forward.
Doing a takedown. What?
That didn't look very
Was
realistic
that?
at all.
Ain't no joke.
So like, and this is a UFC that I'm pretty sure that they have in here to play along
Lots
with
of
it.
things, man. Is what we teach. Stand over here.
He's so serious about it too.
You're walking.
You
You're
gotta
walking
be
this way, but
serious
you're not gonna
about
stop.
I mean, it's self-defense. It's life and
Come here.
death.
Yeah, does that seem realistic to you? Like,
Honestly, depending on what he did, yeah.
yes, but okay, but here's the case. So here you can
How
pause.
cool is it, man? 'Cause
But
on
granted, it's
internet-
like, are you gonna do this in a fucking
No, that's what I
street
mean.
fight? Are you gonna put your
Yeah.
fucking finger because like I know what he probably did there. You probably did the thing where you put your finger like under this nose, and then like your head will just like tilt back.
Totally.
Like I've had that happen to me in a demo like that. But imagine you're fucking you're like in a street fight, like you're just like duking up, and you're like, hold on, come here. And you just grab somebody's nose. Like, what are you doing?
That's so like this is the problem that everyone has with this. Like these demos are showing like every single time he does one of these demos, he uses like sort of like the pressure point tactics and stuff, or like the I press my knee against your knee and it buckles your knee. But it's like all of these require that you be in a position very specific for that move,
Very close
which
quarters.
you almost would never find yourself. You can't like if you're face to face with someone with a knife, gun, or even just fists, like they're trying to fight you. You can't just like shuffle to their side, both be facing the same direction, and then do your little hand to the face technique. Like that doesn't work in real scenarios. So everyone is obviously calling it out. Like, how would this ever work? These are not good.
You missed the first half of what he was saying.
Okay.
Before you do
Yeah.
the hand sweep, the wax on, wax off to his nose,
Yeah.
you got to give a little shimmy shake first. So you see him,
Yeah.
and you lock eyes and you go,
Yeah, you do a
And
little
then you do
crab move, head
do one
fake.
little head fake, one of
Yeah.
those, and then he's like, and then he's discombobulated now.
Yeah.
So he's like, whoa, and then that's
Yeah.
when you get
Yeah,
nose
you
pressure.
do
point.
like the little thing where you just do like anime style, like little vanish, where it goes whoosh, and he's gone for a second, and they just whoosh, right beside him in the perfect position, hand to the face, flip him backwards. You know, it's really easy. So yeah,
Critical hit.
So basically, the concern was that this is information that could be potentially, bad for someone to get a hold of for obvious reasons. You know, like listen, if you're in a, I don't have advice for you if you're in a life threatening situation.
But I do. If you're held at gunpoint and someone says, "Give me your wallet," give them your fucking
give them the
wallet.
wallet.
like,
What are you
I have
gonna-
advice
it's
for you.
Yeah, I'll give you my wallet. I'll give you my wallet.
No. Yeah.
Hold on one sec.
Move real slow. Give me your fucking wallet.
Just calculating how you're gonna do it. Yeah, I'll give you my wallet. Like, reach for the hand. Boom, dead. Yeah.
I just see it as like when he's teaching those self-defense classes, right before he does anything, he's like, "Hold up, freeze, give me your wallet." He's like in his head, he's like, "This guy doesn't know what he even walked into. First, I'm gonna discombobulate him with a little head fake. Then I'm gonna put the knee pressure to the knee, buckle him. Then karate chop to the neck. Out. I'm walking out with his wallet. Like it's like no, that's not what's gonna happen, Chief.
So basically, what happened is so after this is going viral, a lot of it, picks up some steam. People are just kind of joking about it, and it's kind of unclear whether or not they actually take themselves. It seems like they take themselves seriously, but it's also entirely possible that this is
A spoof.
well, it's just even if it's not a spoof, they can like kind of be pretending to be serious about it, and then also recognizing that they're benefiting greatly from having just the virality of them doing a little bit goofier stuff. So it does seem like they've kind of because every time you watch, these are the videos that they're posting recently. The videos that were going viral were from months and months ago, but still, every single video is like this very contrived demo of like. This is how it's set up, and this is how you're gonna do your knee buckle move, followed by a gun flip out of his hand, point at his face. Like it's like all this stuff that just you could never do seamlessly in a real world scenario.
Has he been called out yet? Like by anybody
Yes.
who's not who's not like a trained professional? Like I'm gonna say Joe Blow, and I would just like
Well, that's the next part of the story that we're gonna get to right now. You're insane. You're insane
got
with
you.
the transitions. Okay, so let's get this video. So this is what happened then. After a while, some kid went to one of his demos, and
this what happened?
did this. This is what happened.
So, audio listeners, he's holding the gun point like right at his head, and he just moved the gun, and you heard him get shot 3 times. He's like, hold on.
Quick.
Too fast. Hold on. He just does it again.
You're making me look bad. It's really funny how he looks so desperate to reach him too.
So if they try to back up, wait.
Okay, so
I love that he does it
exactly.
again.
So
And then he
that's
stops him and is like, "Hey, hold on. Like, okay, you pulled a fast one on me.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. Okay, I blinked. So now I'm ready." And he
Yeah.
tries to jump him, and the guy's still like, "No, I just moved the gun a little bit to the right, and then I still shoot you."
So obviously, because all this stuff was going viral, then this video comes out and this goes viral because everyone was like, "Oh, finally, someone called out how, essentially, like how any serious criminal or person doing these, who's the aggressor in these situations, could probably very easily be prepared for some sort of move like this, and
Could probably be easily prepared for you reaching at them.
just lunging at the gun face forward, like the
I mean,
gun
they have
pointed at
normal
you.
human reflexes.
So this went very viral, and obviously everyone's just joking about it. This is sort of where everything got really funny for me, because it's like this is like the most insecure response to this ever. Like, rather than just owning it and be like, yeah, like I died, and that's kind of what can happen in a real life situation. He has to come on and defend himself here. So let's watch this the defense.
This is hilarious.
I recently released viral video.
This guy's not serious.
This video is so silly. This individual came to our school separately with another person. They're both jiu-jitsu students. One was honest and said he was, and the other one acted like he wasn't.
Okay,
Said he was
pause.
an engineer.
The emphasis, the tone. The other one.
Well, here's the funny thing too. Is like he's like the only way that he was able to pull this off is because he's a jiu-jitsu student. he's trained professionally. That's how he got this gun.
Of course.
He backstepped. He moved like a foot backwards and shot at you.
How else would you learn that move?
Oh yeah, sorry.
How- like, where else? In what
Jiu-jitsu
scenario?
is that martial art too, where they teach you to backstep with a gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, with the slight just to the right, it's
Yeah.
like
the
and it
barely
takes-
little move.
It takes
was
years
enough.
of training to be able to also counter that move, right? So
Got it.
I move, he counters, then you must re-counter. Again, it's all chess. Fighting is just chess. Obviously, he's a trained professional. He must
Got
have
it.
what? 27 years of experience?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. For that insane move,
Come on, man.
Okay, so he kind of goes on here to like undermine this guy's character even more too, just to like. Basically, he just wants this viral video to make this guy look bad, as
Yeah.
opposed to make him look bad, which obviously it does. It makes him look bad, not the other way around.
Wait, makes him look bad?
It makes Dale look bad. It makes Dale, the guy who's running this thing, look very bad for obvious reasons. No. This guy's this guy's a little scammer. Hey?
I actually already have a trip planned to
He's a
Detroit.
jiu-jitsu
I have
master.
a trip planned to Detroit to go to this fucking yeah.
Yeah, you're looking for some help, hey,
Well-
for all these situations that you're getting into.
That was our goal for when we reach 1,000 subscribers. So you can click that subscribe button right now. Comment below if you want to see us go on a trip like that. Sorry, I couldn't
Yeah,
help
that
myself.
was
I couldn't help myself.
weird way to plug that. Yeah, we're
I don't
actually
know.
going to Detroit to do some
I don't
self-defense
know.
training.
Fuck
once we hit
me.
that. It's like, oh yeah, we're so excited for you. Let's go subscribe. Okay, sorry.
Sick.
Let this play. Let this play.
Very timid and has never studied martial arts before. And I have no idea why he does that, because 9 out of 10 people that come to our facility are either an instructor from another martial art or a competitor or have taken martial arts. They love our
How
training.
funny is he? Has it
So,
playing in the
anyway,
back
the
the
other
whole
individual
time?
Yeah,
was
just on
honest.
loop.
He did
Where he's
resist
getting
some,
roasted.
and he found out that does not work out well without getting hurt. But this individual tried to resist right before this gun disarmed, and his whimpering and holding his wrist showed me that he's susceptible to pain and a high degree of discomfort.
Susceptible to
Pause.
pain.
I'm gonna say pause it. Like as if that's not a normal thing. He's like,
Yeah.
he feels pain.
Yeah, he's
I don't
susceptible to
know.
pain.
I don't
Unlike
know.
me, I feel no pain.
Okay.
So like, what's going on here is he's essentially like, he's like really doing like some sort of weird character assassination on this guy, trying to make him seem like he's some whimpering little snot-nosed brat who would have never killed him in real life.
He had
if
the
was playing by
audacity.
the rules. Yeah, it's like, bro, just own it. Like you died. You
got
died
owned.
here. Just say, yeah, I got killed in this situation. That can happen when you go try to disarm someone. You don't have 100%. I don't think anyone could have 100% success rate on the. I'm gonna lunge and disarm you while you have a gun pointed at my chest, like point blank.
It's so silly. Like it just appears as all smoke and mirrors. Like, hey, look here. Like and also the whole nose thing. I don't know why I got like just straight like I got your nose vibes. I don't know why. It's just so silly and
I
goofy.
know. And
This whole setup.
the look on the guy's face.
He's so like
Anyways.
he's trolling him so hard, but like rightfully so. You're trolling all of your fucking viewers by trying to make it seem like this
Yeah.
is real practical life lessons here.
Have you ever done any self-defense training or anything?
Yeah.
Have you
I mean,
gone
not
through
like
this?
not like self defense. I mean, I have a few stories.
Did you do like martial arts as a kid or anything?
I did like a few classes of like kung fu and stuff.
Nice.
I mean, nothing really noteworthy there, but I
Yeah.
guess there was this one time where I was like in class. We're doing like some presentation, and I got an uncle who's pretty big like into martial arts, which is why I know that no shit works because I've had it done on me. And so so I was in like grade 6, and I had him come over and like demo some martial arts like for my class, and same shit. He had me like put him in like head, and like I've always been a big kid, so I was literally at that point bigger than my uncle.
Okay.
And I'm like, put him in like headlocks and do the nose trick and all that kind of shit. And I remember it just ended off which is the weirdest moment where he brought these fucking coconuts, two coconuts, and he's like, "Hey, so now we're gonna go outside and I'm just gonna break these coconuts with my fucking hand." And we're like kids, and we're like, "This is sick."
That's cool. Yeah,
it was definitely cool, and he did break them, but it took like longer than I'm sure he anticipated. Like a few hits, so we're all just kind of with my whole class and teachers. It's like a chilly spring day. There's snow on the girl is standing out just watching and be like, "Get it, like go for it." He's just hold on, one more hit.
Were you doing like full punches? What kind of?
He was doing like palm strikes.
Palm
strike, and he cracked the fucking. It was very cool that
That is cool.
I will say
it'd be hard to crack a coconut with a palm strike.
I've never disrespect my uncle. He did fucking break those coconuts, but it was an interesting just kind of vibe. But that's really my only defense training. So I know if if there's a skull on the ground, I know how to break it like it was a coconut.
I used to do Taekwondo, and Taekwondo, at least wherever the club that I went to, which was weird. Their whole mantra is kind of like it's a self-defense thing. It's like for learning self-defense. But like just even in hindsight, like I don't actually know. I've never been in like a super threatening life situation where someone's like mugging me or anything like that. So it's like really hard to know. But like it just feels like knowing what I know now, learning all like these like weird pressure points, and then these like it's like the weird like twist your knee into the back of their knee. It's like, how do you ever actually see yourself getting in those positions where you can do that? In a real, it's very gimmicky. Like you learn all these self-defense. You learn like this one, like that's a pressure point. No. But when am I ever going to use that? When am I ever going to use that? It's like someone goes for a stab, dodge, press behind their earlobe,
body crumples,
and they horse them a little bit. You know, it's like I don't know. They teach you all this self-defense stuff that just doesn't seem actually practical at all. I feel like a real world situation is just gonna be like, who wants it the most? You know, who wants to get out of there the most? Like, are you willing to throw some hands and get away as fast as possible, or are you gonna sit there and do a fucking pattern? You know, like Kia. Like it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Get into a fucking horse stance.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Taekwondo. Did you ever do Taekwondo? You did Taekwondo for a day or something, right?
One day, yeah.
Yeah. See, I did it for like actual years. Like did all the training.
Sick flex.
No, it wasn't a sick flex. We like.
I was actually gonna text your mom so that we could get those photos of you.
Oh yeah, there's photos of me stomping on a. Okay. I actually have some like weird stories about Taekwondo. Like, we went to Mexico with like the person who ran my Taekwondo club. Why? I don't know how much I don't even know how much I can say this. Weird. It's super weird. It was like they were like kind of culty, if I'm being honest. Our Taekwondo club was like very like a little bit invasive. I know that's part of the reason we stopped doing it. I didn't even know this until like later on in my life. But my dad basically pulled us out of it because my dad was doing it too. Yeah. And at some point it just like got a little bit weird.
Oh, I've seen those pictures.
Yeah, where they were like basically like just starting to like tell my dad like, oh, you need to get your kids out of other sports. You need to just get more involved with the club, like all this stuff. There's like very much like
pressuring you to like give your all to like listen.
Yeah.
For kids watching, first of all, go to bed. But if anybody ever says that to you, do all the sports.
Yeah. To be clear, I don't think this is true for like all Taekwondo clubs at all. This is specific to the one I was at. But then there was like all these like weird things too that I heard about later on about just like the relationships and like some abusive behavior, like all this kind of wacky stuff. We ended up going to Mexico for some reason. Like my family went to Mexico with like the club leader, the second in command, and then like 2-3 instructors, and then my family.
That's it?
And I'm pretty sure the entire club was like invited, but for some reason like we were like the only ones that went. When we went there, they did like set up like a photo shoot where we break bricks like with our moves, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously I was really young. I was only like a yellow belt at the time, so I had to do a stomp. I stomped one brick. That was my
ass,
break.
Though.
I mean I was a fighter back in the day, you know.
I bet kick my ass still, even with your fucking yellow belt skills.
No way. I'm a weakling now. I'm a coward. I'm afraid of being injured. I'm susceptible to pain, some might say. Exactly. I'm susceptible to pain.
Unlike me.
But yeah, so we did like this photo shoot. You've seen the pictures. There's one where my dad's doing a freaking elbow drop on like 3 bricks and stuff. I was just thinking like, what a weird thing. Like this is aimed for like fitness and self-defense, and then we're doing a freaking staged photo shoot where we're breaking bricks. And these bricks are not, I don't think they're like bricks you'd use
They're
to build
faux bricks.
anything. Yeah, they're not like they were real heavy cinder or like whatever. I don't know what it's made of, but like they break like they were a little bit less than what you'd want to build a house with. You know?
Hold on a second. You're not insinuating that there's some smoke and mirrors going on with these martial arts studios, are you?
Well, I don't know if I would say specifically. I don't want. I think martial arts are actually really sick. I think there's a lot of discipline and there's a lot of good things. There was actually like a lot of positive to be learned from it in terms of fitness and discipline. Like all these pretty like healthy. And there's like I don't know. It just got a little a little over some lines. You know,
it does sound like your
bizarre.
parents definitely were a part of a timeshare presentation at the end of that trip.
Yeah,
that's the vibes that I'm getting here. Is that they were like, oh, we'll go out and we'll do Taekwondo on the beach in Cancun. We'll get these great shots at sunset, the palm trees, all that good stuff in the background. And then after, we'll just have a quick 30-minute presentation. That's all it's going to take. And we're just going to talk to you about some different member initiatives that we're doing for the Taekwondo studio. And you know, I mean, and they got the whole pitch. But I do agree with you, though. Like, it is obviously all sports, but anything that's like, you know, team oriented, you know, and like, well,
but Taekwondo's not even like really a team. That's what I mean. It's a very individual sport.
It's like individual.
They
Don't you
wanted
train?
you to be part of this like group thing.
But it's like all I was gonna say is like I feel like that like you do hear stories about like you mentioned like lines getting crossed and boundaries getting crossed. Like you hear about all the time with like even fighters, like especially like back in the day, but like less so now. But fighting, like you hear like individual fighters, like fighting is like a nasty business where people just like take advantage of people. And I feel like it's no surprise that it's the same for like at the community level where people are like learning.
That makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's shitty because it's something that is important and there's a lot of value, as you're saying, that comes out of it.
I feel like I need to ponder my experience with Taekwondo because it was like multiple years that I did it, and I haven't thought about it in a long time, but I'm also just like remembering now, like you have to like say an oath and all this shit. You repeat an oath at the start of every class, and I think the oath was wholesome. But now I'm just thinking I don't repeat oaths at all in my adult life anymore for anything, and that seems more normal than repeating an oath. So it was like honesty and integrity, but like some shit like that. It was like the message was there, but I don't know.
We should
it gets a little like weird. It gets a little weird.
I think all sports kind of have that weird culty, like that line of like, is this team building? Is this a cult? Because like I know even when like I was a kid playing football.
When does it become a cult? Exactly. When does something like that become?
I think when like,
oops.
I mean, I think whenever consent gets called into issue, or like people are questioning like if they want to be there.
But most people are like. Most people who are in cults are definitely consenting to be there. It's just that they're like, it's like sort of ill-informed consent. You know, it's where they've been manipulated into consenting. And
that's what I'm saying. That's where the line comes, where it's like when there's that moment of like, I don't know about this. And
there's a lot of pressure and stuff.
And that's what I'm saying. Whereas like if it's a healthy, you know, team, it's like, like I don't know about this. You know, a healthy team's like, that's fine. Like go,
go do you.
Like go at your own pace. Whereas like a cult's like, no. If you want to be a part of us, you must now do this, or else you are not one of us. And that's where it gets toxic, in my opinion.
I guess like just like overall. I mean, so that's the story of Dale. He's a funny little memer online. You know, he's doing his self-defense classes. It's really fun because like it goes way back. Like even a couple years ago, Vice they did like a documentary on it, and it was. I guess they started by. Because there is a lot of crime issues in Detroit, specifically, and to the point where like there was policing issues and stuff. So places actually started hiring like essentially like paid I don't know what you call it.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, like it's basically mercenaries or like private security, whatever, something like that. And he was essentially doing training for that. But even the training in the Vice doc, they're kind of like, oh, it's like a little weird because he like makes them wear like tactical gear. He's like the more tactical you look, the more intimidating you're gonna be. All this stuff. I don't know. It's just a funny start. It's weird that like I don't know. People are just so shameless because at the end of the day, he could ultimately just be. He sees the bag involved. You know, he sees a way to profit off this, and he's just riding it out, even though he's giving people information that could potentially get them murdered.
Hey, but let it be clear, we have no issue with people chasing their bags on some morally gray issues. Need I draw your attention again to rule number 5, our queen, Taylor Swift.
Wait, are you saying she's chasing a bag for more
we already said that it's definitely some like
we don't need to go there again. No,
but
we love her.
We do love her. We love her. We don't question it.
I don't know.
That's not at all a cult.
Because like I mean, if you think about like UFC, like that's to me like I feel like a UFC fight, even though obviously there's more control over like a street fight or like street interaction, but like UFC people, they're trying to kill each other basically, you know, like they're in there like that to me is like a better representation of like how a fight works. You think a UFC fighter is gonna come out and do some sort of weird like I stand beside you and drop my knee into you? Like that doesn't happen, right? Like, I mean, I'm not an expert. There's gonna be UFC people that probably know way better than me. But
we're gonna get so many angry comments with being like, you actually have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
We don't.
Pasty legs.
We
And
don't.
like,
but at the same
man.
time, like I also think that anyone who tries to tell me that the defense training that he gives, there's a lot of people that defend him online too, of just being like, all he's trying to say is that doing this stuff will give you a better chance of survival. And I'm pretty sure that like any cop or anyone who actually is training this stuff would tell you that's not true, and that like some level of compliance when you're interacting with someone with a gun, I feel like some level of compliance is going to be like the highest probability of you surviving.
Well, yeah, like
You know what I
even
mean? Yeah,
well,
it's like you said, if it's like, give me your wallet, give him the fucking wallet.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
try to disarm the guy.
the money's not worth
Like,
your like it's not worth your fucking life. Well,
Even
like,
if you can do it, if you can pull it off, it's still risky to do that.
Well,
Just give him the wallet.
I think it's because people like there's this like fascination with like martyrdom in like society because like movies and TV and like that kind of shit. Like there's even like
be
the
an action hero.
yeah, exactly. There's even like the common misconception like people will be like, you know, if you're like a POW or like that kind of shit, or like you're being like terrorized for information. People, you know, like in the movies are like, I'll never give any information. And like I don't remember like what book I was reading or some interview with some guys. Like that's definitely not the training. Like we train people like it's like if you're ever like in that situation, the first priority is you not dying. So literally tell them any like don't like go as hard as you can to not give any information. But if it's like you're about to die, give information so like you don't die. So
or if
it's
you're
like
if you're POW, you're getting tortured to the point of like
But I was kind of just like going on the line of like
Yeah.
people being like, oh, you like it's all or nothing. Like you have to be the hero. It's like, no, sir. Make sure to protect yourself first. Like that's people who are in the army who are like being trained like that.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's the story. That's the saga of the kid who trolled this guy, and then I just love that he comes back to like undermine his character in any way that he can to make himself feel better.
We're out of time.
We're out of time? Like,
Checks
out of
out.
time? Okay, well, we can move on then. I have a story that I won't tell anymore because it's not going to be relevant after we come back. We'll see you guys in a bit. Day. But when I was like
Which one?
When I was 18, I'm not saying it.
Which podcast?
Stop it. Stop. Back in the day when I was like 18, back in the day when I was 18, I used to do like TV. I used to work in TV. Like I was doing like cable pulling. So I'd basically stand behind camera people and go shoot like sports events. I worked at UFC when they were here. And it was a cool experience. It was definitely interesting to see. I was right beside the cage. Like I was literally like I was the guy who would run into the cage with the camera guy in there
during the interviews and shit.
During it literally in between rounds. So we'd be in and out. It was super stressful for me because I wasn't even that good of a cable puller. So I had a pretty miserable time. It was like 14-hour shift of doing that.
Did you meet Dana White?
What's that?
Did you meet Dana White?
No, Joe Rogan walked past me. Isn't that crazy? I breathed the same air as our savior Joe Rogan.
Whoa.
He was short as hell. Like so short. Which is fine. That's fine. We love our short kings.
We don't support character attacks. But Joe Rogan's actually really short.
but he was like short in a way that like I don't know. He's just like a tough guy. It was you didn't give that. Yeah. What am I trying to say?
What's your tangent?
He was short, and honestly, it made him handsomer. If I'm just being honest, it was cool that he was short.
I think you just skip past this. I think you just move past this one. I'm not gonna bill you out on this one.
Also, who's the announcer guy? I feel like
Bruce Buffer or Michael Buffer. It was one of those. Buffer
one of those
guys.
No? I was. This is really fucking awkward. It was super awkward for me because I was having a tough time doing the cable thing.
Yeah.
So when we were running in, I was like throwing cable down as fast as I could because if you trip up the cameraman as he's going in between, like you're just done. You know? Like it was stressful. It was not a good time. So while I was throwing cable, I kept accidentally throwing it onto like the table with that announcer guy. And I was like hitting their drinks and stuff. And he was so pissed at me. Like every single time it was happening, if I ever got close, you could see the look on his face. He's like, he'd say stuff to me. And I was like, oh man, it was so stressful. That day was horrible too because they had told us to wear. They told us to wear. I didn't know like the terminology, but they said crew blacks, and I didn't know what crew blacks was. So I wore like a black shirt.
Yeah.
And I had like the darkest jeans I had, which were very blue. They were very blue. And then I didn't have a good pair of shoes to wear, so I brought whatever like my normal shoes. I can't remember what they were, like just like sort of sneakers, like what you wear out and stuff. But I also brought like runners that were bright orange because those are the only runners I had.
Oh boy.
And my feet were getting so sore from doing it, so I had to switch into these bright orange runners. And that was like right when they switched me to go cage side.
Yeah.
So I looked like such a fucking idiot. I was running into the cage in between every single round, wearing bright blue jeans and then like orange runners, throwing this cable around. It was
Pissing off
miserable.
Michael
And
Buffer.
They made me go into the cage too because like they like basically gathered all the TVAs, like the people who do cables, and I was the only one that was fast enough. I was like in the zone during our trial. I was like, I gotta do it perfectly.
Yeah.
I did it perfectly. Like, okay, you're going to the cage, and I was like, fuck, no, I don't want to go do that. Anyways, that was my UFC start. That's the last time I ever worked in TV too, because I did not enjoy doing that. It's a cool experience, but like it was a lot of hours of stress.
So the moral of the
Very
story:
embarrassing. Yeah.
Joe Rogan's short, and Craig's good at pulling, or not good at pulling.
Yeah, I
the
feel
cable.
bad that I said that about Joe Rogan, but
You
I feel
know,
like it's like,
I'm sure he's super offended.
well, it's just like, no, I don't feel bad for Joe.
Oh,
I feel bad for anyone else who's short, and I'm like, oh, he's short, you know. Maybe I'll
Exactly.
cut it out. Maybe I'll just edit it out.
he won't.
Maybe not. Anyways, guys, everyone, we
There you go.
are back on our roots. We're getting back to our roots, and we're bringing back the hat. It's a new year. We haven't done the hat in a while, so
Sometimes I just like watching you just
I know.
navigate
Fumble around,
through it.
flounder like
we
a freaking little floppy fish.
yeah, and that's a vibe. There. But
I'm trying my best out here.
we're
okay?
going to the
we gotta
hat.
get warmed up. We get at least one warm up.
Let me just take the reins over here. We're going to the hat. So
Which is what is in the hat for the people that are new. Maybe some people haven't seen the hat before. What is the hat?
yeah, for the people who are new to the hat, so we have this nice hat here that we put questions into that we're gonna talk about and break down as a team.
I don't know what these are. You didn't tell.
Nobody knows what they are
Neither
except
Ronnie
for
or
me.
I do.
Yeah, so we'll have some fun with it. I got 4 or 5 in here.
Okay, let's hit it.
We got a couple. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Hell yeah.
Because so these are just like basically pondered questions, like things that
Yeah.
are interesting to think about. And
Yeah.
and
Or
discuss.
maybe just things that are just fun to discuss.
Because we have trouble coming up with things on the spot because we're not good at this. Okay, what do you
Exactly.
say? Rank these from best to worst. Glass bottle, plastic bottle, can, and fountain pop.
So it's all pop.
Okay.
Rank them from best to worst. And I do have kind of a story about this. But
Interesting.
But I honestly want to hear the rankings first. Long story, you know
Okay.
what? Fuck it. I don't. Long story short, I've been having an ongoing debate with a friend of mine for like
I
2
think
weeks
I-
about this.
I have a shockingly strong opinion on this topic. I feel
Really?
Yeah. I feel like I have an
Okay.
opinion on this. That I feel
Hey,
like
I'm so ready
is
to hear it.
important and valid.
Because, I wouldn't have, even brought it
wanna see?
this far to the show. I would let it die in the moment. We got into this debate where we're out getting fucking whatever burgers, and we got into this debate about fucking pop. And this person, almost as bad as our boy Dale here, character assassination on me for having an opinion that was contrary to theirs on this ranking. So now I've been asking everybody I know. So I thought this is a great time
Interesting.
to ask not only you, but our expansive Cove Kings and Queens audiences. So comment below.
I got
but,
you.
So what's your ranking from best to
Okay,
worst?
and
So you got
I've
glass bottle, plastic bottle, can, and fountain pop of your
Okay.
favorite soda.
Okay, well, I have reasoning for each of my rankings here. Number 1 ranking,
'Kay.
plastic bottle.
Wow.
The reason being, so I would say that
You're absolute maniac.
taste-wise, plastic bottle is going to be the same as glass, except it's going to be generally more volume. And the only reason I place it above glass bottle is because you don't really get glass bottles.
Fair.
Glass bottles isn't like a staple thing. It's hard to find. It's mostly plastic
So you're
bottles.
putting plastic and
Putting
then glass?
plastic bottle. Although there is the environmental impact. Are those? No, those are recyclable too.
They are.
Yeah. So like whatever. There's no environment. There's actually zero environmental
Zero
impact
problems.
at all. Is what I've deduced now.
Yeah.
So it is perfect. Plastic bottle is the way to go. Okay. Second, we're going glass bottle.
'Kay.
Just because that's like obviously for some reason it feels colder
Yep.
when it comes to the glass bottle. And it's just a good summer hit.
Satisfying.
It feels like that's like the purest form of the pop. Okay. Third is gonna be fountain pop. Okay.
'Kay.
Third is fountain pop because I don't know, just it's obviously like done with the syrup mixed with the
the
so it can
soda.
be a little bit off. Sometimes it's like too sweet or it's a little flatter. Like it's all just like whatever. Can is last because it gives you the can taste. You get the aluminum taste. It's just the aluminum taste. It's also like you can't reseal a can once it's cracked open. There's no resealing it, so
Yep.
it's just open. That's where my head's at.
Hey, fair enough.
I feel like I'm honestly objectively correct on this. Too.
And that's what everybody thinks about their ranking. I
Yeah.
guess we'll go this way.
What do you
Where do you want
got?
to go next, Jeep?
Okay, so I think mine is quite different from yours.
I'm so excited.
I hate to
for
say it, that
this.
just means it's wrong. I don't know. I don't know how to.
I can't wait to
say
hear
it.
how you guys react when you hear you're both wrong. When you hear mine. But okay.
Okay, my number one, I'm gonna go glass bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes you feel fancier, makes you feel expensive. It gives you a little bit of a vintage vibe.
All fair points.
We love it. You could also reuse a glass bottle for many purposes. You could put a
put some
plant
flowers
in
in
it.
it.
Put some
Yeah.
sand in there.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you need
yeah.
sand?
For all your sand
You
bottles.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah. For
sand
the
and
sand
shells.
bottles.
And
Of course.
totally.
Yeah, you sand and shells. Like
Exactly.
I
Like-
remember you always loved doing sand and shells. in
I
your
do.
glass
I actually make
bottles.
little ecosystems, and I have a tiny little hermit crab. I
Oh, it's not
sink them in.
ecosystems. It's not just sand and
It's
shells.
not
So
just
you've
sand
been
and
doing different
shells.
ones.
Exactly.
You're branching outside of the sand and shells.
The mix and matching, exactly. I have a little
What else?
terraform space in there.
Nice. What else you got?
Number two for me is can.
Okay.
I feel like it's like crisp opening. Yeah, it's satisfying. It's always perfectly fizzy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And third for me, plastic bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Just
see
like
what-
your
just-
standard
So
bottle.
fountain pop is the last one.
Fountain pop is
Soda pop.
indisputably the worst one.
We should be calling it soda too.
Sody pop.
Sody pop.
Soda pop.
It
So fountain's the worst.
Usually tastes bad, quite often flat, and I just don't like it.
What
Okay.
about What about well, you guys? I do feel like one caveat I will say for fountain pops is for fountain sodas for our American
We're
listeners.
Canadian.
Coca-Cola and Pepsi both kind of taste.
Those fucking machines.
For some reason, they taste good out of the machines, but
Yeah.
I find a lot of the other ones miss.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe it's just like the extra syrup
know,
is good in those ones.
as I said,
I
I've
don't
been
know.
I've been conducting this survey for probably 2 weeks now, so I've had a lot of responses.
Okay.
I would agree that the common response I hear is that McDonald's has the most superior fountain pop.
But that's because they jack it up probably with extra sugar.
Hey, fair enough.
Increase
I'll
that
give it to
addiction
you.
level. Yeah.
But in terms of my ranking, I'm gonna segue into making this about me. I completely agree with Cheeps 100%. We have the exact same taste. Glass, can, plastic.
I guess
So I think
two people that are wrong
I think
in the room. Then.
yeah, I
That's
think
weird
it's
how
the other
that
way
worked out.
around.
Yeah.
It's that you're the wrong
No, it's
one.
weird that like we'd be majority wrong
Um,
on our show. It seems
It just seems like maybe
It
you're a little
seems-
bit off. You're
that
missing the
seems
mark
stupid.
with what not only like this room.
Why is
the
glass
vibes
better?
are.
When's the last time you guys had a glass pop? You don't.
I
you
literally gave so many reasons as to why glass is better.
I understand, but like I'm saying, it's not a staple. You can't get glass pop all the
That's
time.
so not
It's-
true.
it's-
Go
it's
to
rare.
any store.
You can
and
literally get
look
it anywhere.
at
yeah.
Any store?
Any
I can
store.
go to any store.
Any store.
Yeah.
So I can go to a fucking Staples and they're gonna have glass pop bottles there.
They
huh?
might.
I said what I said.
Yeah?
I said what I said.
What about like
Ask in the back. Listen.
an
Listen,
airport?
Did I say
Yeah.
it was an unopened glass
Bookstore.
bottle? Did I say it was an unopened glass bottle? That there'd be a glass bottle there? Come on, let me ask you that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You think
Come
they
on.
have glass bottles kicking around?
I think somebody in that store would have a glass bottle.
So are your reasons pretty much the same?
Yeah, I would say that for me, the reason why fountain is the worst would be that it is the most inconsistent. You know, as Cheap said, the flavor's not always there. The fizz is not always there. I've heard, you know, the responses coming in. It's about the experience with like the straw. I put this out. You could put a straw in any one of these, and then you have your little, you have your fucking straw experience.
But-
and a can specifically has a thing for you to hold the fucking straw there. You crack it, then you turn the
Twist it
little,
the other
the
way,
little
yeah.
cracker.
Yeah.
Bang.
We know the
Haven't you also
secret.
seen those ones where it's like the fountain part gets like moldy on the inside because it doesn't ever get clean?
I haven't seen those.
Well, that's horrible to know.
That gives me
yeah.
nightmares. Thank you for that,
hate,
Cheap.
Yeah, I hate knowing that.
Well,
but it's good to know.
Hey, well,
So okay,
so
fair
basically,
enough. I get it. But you guys don't have. I know
the
some
best
guys-
2/3 of the podcast is in agreement, though. That
Yeah, in agreement about being wrong
I think
with each
about-
other, which is fine. It's totally fine to be wrong, you guys. It's okay.
you're right. You
We'll
know
let it
what? We
slide.
should
I'll
be
let
like
it
Dale
slide.
and admit that we're wrong, Cheap.
Yeah, you guys should just start
We are-
assassinating my character.
As I say,
Go on.
we are wrong to even ask Craig this fucking question because he's obviously on the fucking moon and he's not right.
Okay, well, do you guys actually have no issue with like the can taste? Like, don't get me
No.
wrong, I like a cold can of pop, but you guys don't notice like the aluminum taste?
I don't, and I think even better than glass, it holds that
Okay.
coldness even
Listen.
better than.
and have
than
you ever had
glass.
a Dasani water? That shit tastes like
boo.
poison.
Yep.
Yeah, you
From
you
the
said that on here
plastic.
before too.
I-
You're like, better not be Dasani.
I will go
Better
on.
not be Dasani.
I will put my. I'll dox myself saying how much I fucking hate Dasani on this podcast.
Yeah, I dare you to try and sue us for saying that. Your water is bad. You got bad water. How do you
At
even,
us.
How do you even mess up water, you morons?
Hey, open the tap, fill your fucking
Okay, well,
bottles. Not rocket
here,
science.
I would like to say this for all those watching right now. The best part about these questions, which I feel like we haven't been able to tap into yet,
Yeah.
answer these questions yourself in the comments.
I'm so
I genuinely
curious.
do want to hear. We need a bit of like, because we don't really ever get to validate who's actually correct in these
I
situations.
feel like we've done that today.
No, we never actually get a true validation of who would be correct here in this situation. I say who, not plural, because only one person is, obviously. But it would be nice to hear. I want to hear what other people think about this stuff. So freaking comment, okay? Just tell us your answers. What's your ranking?
It would be super
And
interesting.
do the same thing for these ones that we go to next.
Yeah, to see whom is correct, because again, that's the plural form. Whom is correct
Grab a.
in the podcast today. Next question.
I'm
Hey,
correct, though.
Good little chat. I mean,
That was
Maybe.
a good question to throw in there. I
Thank
like
you.
that one. I've thought about that one before, but
I'm glad that we can have that answer or that question answered for all those watching at
yeah,
home.
I'm glad that someone in the room was able to give the correct answer. Too.
Okay. How many pigeons would need to be in your room to be suspicious?
Yeah, so like how many pigeons need to be in a room before you're like, that's a suspicious
Your
amount of
bedroom?
pigeons? Any room,
In this
really.
room?
But like, sure.
I would-
let's say your bedroom. Let's say you
I
like
would
going
find-
your bedroom.
I would
What
find
if
one
any
pigeon-
amount of pigeons suspicious.
Suspicious or weird? No, like, listen to the word suspicious. When you go, why are there so?
Okay,
like,
okay,
it's
so-
suspicious. You know what I mean?
okay,
It's
so-
like, what are these pigeons up to? You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so here's
What
I'm
number of
gonna
pigeons?
ask. I want to ask for clarification here. So what I'm gathering is you're saying that like there's a number of pigeons that if it were in a room, you'd be like, oh, like what the who left a window open? Like that's weird that there's pigeons just
Yes.
in here. But then
There's a
at some
different
point,
number.
there's so many pigeons in there that's like this is like some sort of calculated conspiracy
That.
where people are planting pigeons in this room.
or where pigeons are working in cahoots. Yes, that. Yes.
Okay,
that-
so how many
that's- So
pigeons?
how many pigeons is suspicious? Do you want me to answer this one first because you guys look like you're
yeah, I
thinking.
don't know if I can come up with a hard number. for
So I feel like
many
like if there was 3, up to 3 pigeons is like normal weird pigeon amount.
that. That's like
oh,
in and out kind of pigeon.
Exactly.
Activity.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh, they
okay.
like came in through the fucking chimney or like whatever. Like there's window open.
They do?
I have had that happen. Yeah,
pigeons crawling down your chimney.
it's happened. Yeah.
3?
Well, hold on. So up to 3.
Okay.
I feel like anywhere 4 to 6 is suspicious. So I'm gonna land on 5 because I feel like 4. Right? You can argue that's 2 pairs of pigeons. Maybe it's a pigeon double date. Maybe it was one like ringleader pigeon and then 3 little kind of lackeys. But I feel like 5 is now suspicious. Why are there 5 of you in my room? You know,
I was literally going to say like 15.
15 is so many.
But now after
14.
you said that, like, I feel like it's way too much.
Yeah, there's a
It
lot
might
of
not be too,
pigeons.
but imagine you walk in. Okay, so if there's 14 pigeons, you're like, this is normal.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, wait, she's
But the thing is, like, pigeons are always like in groups. So it's like at what point is the group of pigeons like too much?
It's what point is it suspicious? And I don't know the right answer, but I know
15,
mine.
like, definitely.
15's very suspicious. Why? Like, imagine walking in a room and they're not compartment. Like they're all just sitting. They're all sitting perched in your room. 15's insane.
Here's what I'll say. If it was a room in my house,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Your
stick
bedroom.
to 1. Yeah, my bedroom is in the basement.
Yeah.
So a pigeon being in the basement is very suspicious.
1 pigeon is suspicious.
How is a pigeon getting into my basement?
It's summer. There's a
And
window
getting
left
past
open.
the cats,
and
too.
it goes to my basement?
Yeah. It flies there and perches there.
That's
It's comfortable.
suspicious. That's suspicious behavior.
Suspicious.
I don't know if it's like suspicious as in I think something else bigger is going on, or if that pigeon in particular. I think that pigeon in particular is suspicious.
So one
I'd be
pigeon.
checking that pigeon if it was like an android or some sort of government surveillance type thing.
I think you got to get more birds in your house, man. You got to get more comfortable with them avians.
Yeah, how many birds do you have in your house?
Not right now, 0. But in my life, I've seen at least 2 or 3.
Wait, you've
I've come home from vacation. Okay.
Yeah, but do you want them in your house?
No, they get in through the chimney. I was not lying.
But you're
That's
saying
what
I gotta get more pigeons in my house if it's
Well,
something I'm missing out on.
if like 1 is suspicious to you, yeah, I feel like 1 is not that suspicious. It's just out of place. It's not suspicious, but it's like, why are you in my house?
It's
pigeon?
out of place. I feel like that's almost synonymous with suspicious.
We're going to the next
Let's
question.
move on.
We're going to
Okay, you
I
read it.
don't like this tangent that now I'm wrong.
That's an interesting one.
Oh, this is a fun one.
Okay.
Would you rather sleep through the night but always be late, or wake up every 45 minutes through the night?
So it's one or the other. Either
One or
you're
the other.
constantly riddled with horrible sleeps,
or you like you got a great
Always
night's
late,
sleep, but you're always late to where you're gonna be. So basically,
you know what? Being on time is overrated. I'm going for the good sleep every night.
cheap.
I
don't
would
hear
definitely
anything more
go
of
for
it.
Always
the.
late though. That kind of.
I would definitely go for the full sleep. It's like because if you don't have a good sleep every night, that's affecting like so many other parts of
Yeah.
your life and your mental health that it's like I would way rather be late to everything.
You know, I think I thought that this one was going to be one where we'd have some good back and forth. But now I think about
You
it,
agree?
after like 3 days, imagine how delirious you would be from being so sleep deprived.
Yeah,
like,
I
you know what I
can't
mean?
do.
Like,
'Cause if you wake up every 45 minutes, like, are you ever even really fully asleep?
no, there's no REM sleep going on for you,
don't
my
get
boy.
restful sleep ever. I gotta be honest. I don't know how you are. Like, what's your nightly hours? What do you log every hour for sleep or every day for sleep?
I try to
Every
get
night?
6, or I try to get 8, but it's usually about 6.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
great.
I like need 8. I wish I didn't.
Same. I think everybody needs 8.
No, but no. Some people. I mean, it is different person to person. But I feel like I know a lot of people who function. I mean, anyone who's like, yeah, I sleep 4 hours a night. Like that's not. You can't. No. You shouldn't do that to yourself. That's not enough sleep. But there are people I think like function quite well off like 5-6 hours regularly, and I feel like every time I'm under 7.5, I'm just so useless. Like I'm there today, to be honest. I think I had less than 8, and that's why I'm such a crab apple today.
That's what this has been. Cheap, have you been
Yeah.
feeling it too?
Yes.
You slept for like 10 hours. You sleep for like 10 hours every weekend night. This is every single weekend night for me and Veronica is put on a movie. She falls asleep, sleeps for 12 hours straight because we go to bed immediately after. And then I stay up way too late for no reason and get a
Gaming.
bad sleep.
Gaming.
Or like watching videos. This is what happens. Like we'll start a movie and then she'll fall asleep. And I'm like, well, I don't want to finish this movie. Like maybe she wants to watch it. It was good, whatever. It's a good movie. I don't want her to just like, I don't want to watch it then have her never get to experience it.
Yeah.
So I like flip on some pointless garbage, like watch some anime or some stupid YouTube videos. And then next thing you know, it's like 2 a.m. I'm like, well, I benefited 0 from doing all of that, and now I'm extra tired tomorrow. So
Well, good
that
for
was
you.
last night.
You get a little cherry on
That
top.
was Friday night. That's every night.
And that'll be tonight. And it will
That'll
be tonight.
No, I don't stay up late not on weekdays. Or
I cannot
work.
say the
school
same.
nights. Not on school nights.
I have this thing where like I'll be like, oh, I'm not tired.
Yeah.
So, and so like I'm gonna try and like whatever do stuff to be asleep or like watch TV. Like I'll watch some dumb show like same as you, like anime, Office, classic to try to like try and fall asleep, and then I'll be watching The Office till 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
it's like, and you get
fuck, I got
like
work
you've already
in-
seen The Office. There's nothing to really be gained other than temporary
but the chili
dopamine
scene,
hits.
but the chili scene will forever hit.
yeah,
Kev's chili.
of course. There's like
Come
many,
on.
many
That's
scenes
so
that will always
fucking
hit.
classic. Shout
Yeah.
out The Office.
Well, so I guess we all agree that getting a good sleep is important. Here's another question to follow up, though. If you were to do this, where you were now late forever, what are the implications of being late
And
for
that's the
every single
question.
thing? Do you
Like-
lose your job?
like-
Does everyone dislike you
Do
for
you miss
your
the birth of your
tardiness?
first child? Do you miss out on
Oh
opportunities?
my God! Could you miss? Oh,
I'm
you miss like
serious.
all the big stuff
Yeah,
too.
it's like you don't only miss just the good stuff, also the
Yeah.
bad stuff.
So you late to like a funeral at some point? Oh man!
Oh,
people are
a
gonna be
fucking
not
wedding.
happy.
They're like
Yeah,
they're like in the middle of their
exactly.
vows. You walk in, your hair's still wet. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys,
Damn.
overslept. Dang, there's consequences to your actions, but
Well,
I
think
agree.
I think like
I take it
on
still.
some level, personal health, you couldn't exist. Yeah, doing the other one. Okay, what else we got?
This last one,
Oh my God! And then the show is done.
then the show is
Well,
done.
We're just
finally.
getting back into it. How many 8-year-olds would it take to beat you up?
Yep, it's pretty simple. How many 8-year-olds?
I like that you said beat as in like a beetroot too.
Did I say B-E-E-T?
Is it beat?
Oops,
B?
I'm illiterate. It would seem
How many 8-year-olds would it take to beat you up
To fucking-
with a little root vegetable?
to boil you up and slice you real thin.
So
no.
this is literally the question is how many 8-year-olds could you beat up at a time?
No. How
Or
many
can you
8-year-olds
defend yourself against?
would it like? How many 8-year-olds until you're overwhelmed by fucking 8-year-olds?
Okay, what's your answer?
Oh, I thought you were gonna answer first. I don't know. How many 8-year-olds before I'm overwhelmed?
I feel like you're gonna give some egregiously high number
I
that
don't
doesn't
think
seem
so.
realistic.
I feel like 10's realistic.
Yeah.
8-year-olds?
Yeah,
8-year-olds? Like,
It depends how coordinated they are.
let's say
If they're like actually like flanking you and they got people jumping one
it's
after
8-year-olds.
another, but like
But
how much does 10 8-year-olds weigh? Like you couldn't lift that up if they all jumped on you at once, you know? What do you
think
think?
you could?
How much do you think an 8-year-old weighs?
60 to 70 pounds.
So times 10, you can lift 600 pounds and be able to move. Well,
I'm quite strong.
Yeah, fair enough. You actually might be able to.
Yeah.
600 pounds. Yeah.
But no, no,
You might be
because
able to, not me.
because in reality they'd be like all around my legs and shit, and then I'd be tripping up.
Yeah.
So no, I feel like 10 before maybe 10's too high.
That's how many could beat you up.
Because I feel like it would take like 2 per leg to like trip me up. So let's say like 5 total to like stop me from like walking. But then I still got my fucking arms. No. I'm holding firm at 10.
And what's your technique? What's your defense technique?
Oh,
You got a swarm of 8-year-olds coming for you. What's your defense technique?
Let's hear your number first. We're talking about defense techniques on children. What's
I
your
feel like I
answer
could match.
first?
I feel like I could go, like 8 to 10, kind of in that range. Like eventually, there's just too many. You're overwhelmed. Like,
That's
they're
what I'm
like little
saying.
zombies. They latch on to you.
Exactly.
can't move
Imagine
anymore.
it's like World at War logic. It's like you're going X number of rounds.
But do they
before-
behave like 8-year-olds? Because like
They're
know,
8-year-olds.
You armbar an 8-year-old, they're gonna be crying. They're gonna be like, because you hurt them in a way that's very much illegal,
You
completely
armbar an
illegal,
8-year-old.
and you know,
And don't do it.
You go for like the suplex elbow drop. Like you kick, so Sparta kick an 8-year-old, send him flying, then grab another one by the neck, run suplex, and as you suplex, you drop both elbows into the spine of the other one on the ground. Boom, 2 dead, two knocked off. You get up, you do like your little, what is it called when you do like the jump off the ground? You're on your back and you do a little
not a kick flip,
Spring
but
up? Spring
I
up?
think it's a kick up actually.
kick up, something
Yeah.
like that.
Ah,
You do
whatever.
that,
A back
onto
hamstring.
both feet connecting with 2 other 8-year-olds' faces, stomping their heads into the ground. This is getting fucked up.
I should have said the caveat that this is
These
you.
are hypothetical
and that you,
8-year-olds.
yes, they're all hypothetical
This is
questions.
not-
but that
you
but
don't
that
do that.
you don't become Jason Bourne when these 8-year-olds attack you. So you're
I'm
still
already Jason Bourne.
you're
No
still
need to
co-
become him.
Yeah, you're not Jason Bourne. You're not.
I'm actually an 8-year-old.
You're actually an 8-year-old.
I
Exactly.
start crying.
I put you into an arm bar.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know. I feel like a group of 10 8-year-olds could kick my ass.
I would agree.
Anything less than that, I'm taking the dub.
Anything less than that, it's all me.
Yeah, it's all me. What
All
do you
right,
think,
Cheap?
Cheap?
How many 8-year-olds?
I think like probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Realistically.
What's your weapon of choice? Not weapon. What's your maneuver of choice to take on some guys?
Nunchucks.
Hypothetical 8-year-olds. Okay, relax.
Grow up.
Like honestly, they're not real 8-year-olds.
We're not talking about real 8-year-olds.
They're
Okay?
savage
Just-
little like
Just imagine
8-year-olds.
what a child coming home from the 3rd grade with his backpack on. He's got his straps done up. He's walking with his group of friends. We're not talking about
And then
real
Anthony
kids.
comes out flying with a freaking arm bar and just decks him.
They're hypothetical 8-year-olds, so
Yeah.
relax. So Cheap, how many 8-year-olds would
4 or
you
5?
kick the shit out of before
I think
you
4 or
lose?
5.
Oh my god.
I definitely think 4 or 5.
Yeah, fair enough. What's the other one? How many? Okay, wait. This is just a little extension of this.
Okay.
Would you rather fight one duck-sized?
There it is. I knew you were gonna say this
Sorry,
word.
one horse-sized duck, or
Like
a
10
10 or
or
100.
it's like 100.
I mean, listen.
duck-sized horses.
I could
Yeah,
fight a
say
lot
100.
of ducks. I could fight a lot of ducks, and I assume I could fight a lot of duck-sized horses.
But this isn't like duck-sized ducks. This is duck-sized horses that have hooves still and can kick you in the shin.
yeah,
and
but
that would
hoofs,
hurt.
like, if they have hoofs and stuff, they can't get off the ground. They're not climbing with hoofs.
Sure,
you
but
know?
they can still kick you in the shin, which would hurt.
Just a bunch of little horses just.
That would
kicking you in
hurt
the shins.
so fucking bad, man.
It
Like
might hurt.
you imagine.
But they also have like duck strength then, which is like not very much strength.
Duck-sized.
That's
strength.
fair.
Yeah, ducks are weak.
Or would it be horse-sized strength, but that's proportional to the duck size? So they're
Well,
not as
that's what
strong
it'd
as
be,
it would
but
be.
it'd still be weak. I feel like it'd be still pretty weak if it's duck size. You know?
I don't know, man. But
This
I
is
think it's
interesting
definitely
stuff.
yeah, we're
Highly
into it.
scientific, also. Should we just wrap up the show
think
here?
we
Is there
can
anything
wrap it
else that we got? Oh no! Wait, how much time do we have?
1 minute.
Let's wrap.
I have 2 things I really want to get
We're
to.
wrapping.
Please,
It's the third
I don't want
recording.
these to wait. You're gonna love it. We can do one of them. Just one of them is important. This is the
I
this is the end of the
guess.
show. Can you just hit another recording,
I
please,
guess.
quickly?
We'll
This is
see in
important.
1 second.
Do you guys remember the Orc Man? Very
Yes.
early on. I think it was like almost episode 2.
I think
of
it was
the
episode
show.
1 or 2,
We
yeah.
had the Orc Man.
I
Well,
don't think
guess
I was
what?
here for that.
No, you weren't.
There's someone who's gunning for the spot for body mods.
Oh fuck.
This person is substantially bigger online.
Oh, let's see it.
The Black Alien Project
Is
is his name. And this guy has gone completely ham.
What
Are you able
the-
to pull this up? It's that second link there. Yeah, there you go.
oh my goodness.
This is like hardcore. Like the Orc Man was crazy. I have no idea how it's even possible. This is crazier.
Okay, so for those who are listening audio-wise, what the hey and hi?
Look
Can
at
you pull up the Discord,
that.
please, Craig? So I can see
Yes.
what the
Oh,
hell.
I had to close it. My bad.
This person's like eyes are green. They're fully tatted up. They got like the body mods to make their face look all
man.
like bumpy and whatnot. They got claws. They got like they got like piercings in their forehead. They look like not of this world.
They've removed 2 fingers on both of their hands. So they only have 3 fingers. They got like the tri-finger thing going.
Why?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, once
Why
again,
do
No,
that?
but here's the thing. We support it. We support everyone living their best life. This is actually like I don't even know what to say. It's amazing. Like this is amazing that this exists. If someone was capable of doing this to themselves, like actually.
Do you think?
Well, I mean, they also have 1 million followers from it. You know,
That doesn't mean it's great.
This person,
That doesn't mean it's great.
Everything that people do for followers these days is great.
I'm just saying.
Everything.
Like,
Is this like a thirst trap that we're
I think so.
I'm sure there's a market for it. Listen, let's be honest.
I was about to ask.
There's a market
Like,
for
there's
it.
that people who want a fucking alien. So
So what's going on here? What is there?
This is a surgery.
To get his fingers removed.
That's the only issue that I.
That's like a little bit of mutilation.
And like that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm cool with the tattoos and the modifications and whatever, but now we're getting to body mutilation where you're cutting off fingers. I'm like,
And
yo.
this surgical suite like does not look legit. Like speaking from experience,
Yeah,
like this
It's
does
so.
not.
Why is
I
it so
imagine
dark?
Like this is not a surgery light.
that's a good point. There's like a
Yeah.
little light fixture.
And this in the background, like this is not an operating
That's
room.
a tattoo shop for sure.
All right. Well, I did want to share this because it is, we looked at the Orc Man. I gotta say that this guy wins. This guy wins. Who wins in a
Yo,
fight?
that's a pretty nice pick though. I'm not gonna
Orc
lie.
Man
That's pretty
or
sweet.
Black Alien Project. Who wins in a fight?
Orc Man for sure.
I think Orc Man wins in a fight, but
Because
I
he
think
has them sharpened
yeah.
teeth.
I think it's
But-
he can take a chomp. I do
but-
feel that this guy has gone further.
He's definitely gone
Somehow.
further, but if we're talking about who's winning in a fight, what the fuck are we watching here? But if it comes to a fight, it might actually be Alien
Oh my
Boy, because with those 3 little dexterous fingers, when he comes
Yeah.
in for a chomp, what's he
can-
gonna do?
He can stab underneath his rib cage and pull his heart out.
I was gonna say nose trick that he learned from
from Dale.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how he wins.
Yeah, and he's got the advantage with 2 fingers. Interesting. This is wild. I don't even know.
Why is it so
once again,
sexual?
no shade. Yeah, it's weird that he's kind of thirst trapping.
I don't.
No shade
how I
at
feel
all.
about this.
We love it. We love people living their best life, but this is genuinely.
A lot.
I can't even believe that this is even possible. I didn't know it would be possible to make yourself look this way.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Look at that is an alien. Like they
I'm
did
just
a good
wondering-
job of making them look like
Of
a
course.
crazy alien.
But what prompts this lifestyle change? I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm just saying like what prompts this lifestyle.
Well, remember
change?
when we
I-
looked at
I
when
wonder.
we looked at
Orc Man. Oh yeah,
it
he
was very
said-
much like he just liked the attention. Essentially, he's like he liked looking different. It was like his own unique thing. He felt different for it, and like I get that,
But this man, like,
That's what he used to look like. Yeah.
but this,
Do you see him on the left? Do you see him?
yeah, I see him.
Here, I'll pull it up here too.
I'm just in shock right now.
I
Sorry,
know.
y'all.
I really had
I'm
to
so
bring it
sorry.
up. We should seriously find a way to, if we ever get big enough that we can
Talk to these
hang
guys?
hang out with people that have real clout. We should see if we can get the Orc Man
Or Alien
and
Man
Alien to do some sort of competition together
with us.
with us.
Hey,
An internet show special.
wouldn't you like to see that?
That'd be fantastic. Anyways, that's where we're
Anyways.
ending the show. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone.
We're sending on that.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to do?
Excuse me. So sorry. You got anything to plug?
Yeah, we got plugs. Do plugs.
Me?
This is the time to do the plugs.
You got the plugs?
You're the plug guy.
I thought you were the plug guy. I got plugs.
You're the plug guy. What do you mean?
Instagram. You're watching us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. Go follow it all at an internet show. Go like, comment, share, subscribe. All that stuff that helps us in the algorithm. We've made it this far. I mean, we've been doing a good
Yes.
job. In 2022, we're gonna do a better job at reminding you guys of those things, even as cringy as it is. But hey, you won't have to hear it if you
We're
already.
real YouTubers.
We are now real
Yeah.
YouTubers. We finally
almost at 100 subs.
we've succumbed to it, and now we're gonna sell our souls for the clout. So like,
Yeah.
comment, share, subscribe, do all that good shit. As Craig said, fucking answer any of the questions that we talked about today.
Please do.
We would genuinely like to hear other takes, even though we all know that Cheap's the one who usually has the right answer. So it is what it is.
True.
People come for Cheap's Corner, and
Yeah.
they stay for
Cheap's Corner.
Cheap's Corner.
Yeah. So we're, I don't know. I feel like we need to ease back into this. It's been a long time since we've done it. So we're getting back on the weekly grind. Monday shows is when it's going to happen. We're going to ramp it up. This was a very chillin', for the most part, sort of internet-y, classic style episode. We're getting the themed episodes back. 3 and Chins are making an appearance. We're working on all new art. All that stuff's going to be coming down the pipe. So, yeah, make sure you guys stick around. And thank you, as always, for joining us. Happy to be back.
Welcome back to the Code.